everyone, I'm Kielo and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm here to do a Sew My Stash video. So I got this idea when I was talking to Tamlin, Sewn on the Time, and we were both talking about some videos that we might film that would use up some of our stash. And I always love this type of video where you are kind of presented with choices and then the kind of viewer, so you, gets to decide what I might make next. And then that's really helpful for me because it kind of takes the choice out of my hands a little bit. So I've got 4 fabrics and 4 patterns to show you. And I would like you to choose one of them as an option for me to sew next. And I'm going to try and make this a bit of a series. And the kind of basis of that is choosing patterns or fabrics that I haven't sewn before, or fabrics that have been in my stash a long time. Now I've been sewing, what, 13 years now I think it is, and I have some fabrics that are not quite that old, but I do have some fabrics that are like 5 years old still. So I'm going to be trying to get some of the older fabrics out to show you, so I actually make stuff out of them rather than them just sitting there. I have no idea why some of these have been sat there for so long, but they just have, and I would like to actually make them into things, especially because it's still fabric that I actually really like. So I'd like to actually just get it out and get it made into something. Okay, so starting with the oldest fabric first. Now I actually have no idea when I bought this. This was an eBay purchase. It is a polyester jersey and it is one I've shown you before. So this is the fabric here. Now I'm going to just try and open it out so you can see more the full version. I'm going to wheel back. There we go. So it is this. So it's got a teal background and then it's got this really lovely ornate design. So it's got 2 different kind of diamonds on it, this one and then the kind of curlier one. And the reason I haven't sewn this is because I wasn't sure what pattern to sew it with. Now I've recently made the Kielo Wrap dress, and I really like that because it's kind of a one piece that then has the wrap to give it definition. So I would like to make this into the Kielo Wrap dress by named, and I will pop a picture in. I would have the ties and I'd probably make a knee length version, but I would plan to add sleeves. Now, if I've got enough fabric, I would add either little cropped sleeves like this or full length long sleeves, just so it's a really lovely dress for winter. So that is the first option. This fabric and the Kielo Wrap dress. So the next option is my next oldest fabric, and this is a fabric that I got from Mood in New York, and I went there on my honeymoon 2017, so it's now the end of 2019, so a while I've had this, and it's a ponte, and I haven't used it because I was going to make trousers out of it, but I'm not quite sure. I didn't really have a trouser pattern that will work for it. Now I think I've got about 2 meters, so I hope that it's enough for this pattern. So this is the fabric. So it's a quite structured kind of ponte. It's kind of a blue-grey background with this black geometric design. I think it worked really well. It's got like a good amount of stretch in it, especially this way. It's got like a lot of stretch. Not so much this way, but that's fine for this pattern. So yeah, it's got quite a lot of stretch. I will check it properly. And I would like to make this pattern, which is the Sirocco jumpsuit by Deer and Doe. Now I recently bought this pattern from Like So Amazing, and I bought the paper pattern because I can then trace it or cut it out and I don't have to spend hours putting PDFs together. I think I've been turned a little bit. I've just sent off some patterns to be printed by Net Printer because I don't want to spend any more time putting PDF patterns together. I just want to send them off, and actually it's worth paying however much it is to just get the pattern back. So I bought the paper pattern. So I've not made this yet, so I will make a test version first out of some cheaper jersey and then make it out of this. but I really love the wrap style and the trousers. And actually Tamlin was wearing one of these at the sewing weekender and it looked really lovely. And so I'd probably make the full length version, and I just think it'd be really cute. So that is the second option. This fabric, which I've had for what, 2.5, 3 years, and this pattern. The next two options are fabrics that I have bought more recently in the last couple of months. So I've got two more options to show you. The first is this denim. Now this is a denim from Mark Pickle's Sewing Studio that I got only in August, so really not that long ago. And I would plan to make a Cleo pinafore by Teal and the Buttons, but I'd like to hack it so it has buttons down the front. And I've showed you this, I think, in my last video, but there are some pinafores like this in Fat Face that have buttons down, and I'd really like to make one like that. So this is kind of one that is kind of in the works, but yeah, so a Cleo pinafore out of this lovely denim. Really like the colour. I think it would be perfect for like autumn, winter with a long sleeve top underneath, but that is the next option. The last option will be the Shelby dress and romper, and that's by True Bias. And I've recently bought this pattern after seeing Patsy at the sewing weekender. She wore the romper version and it looks so cute. Now I would make the dress version just because that's what I would prefer. I'd like to wear it with tights, and I picked up this fabric just last month in Like So Amazing to make it. Now, this is a really beautiful viscose. So it's got these beautiful poppies in, and I've got 3 meters, so that should be plenty enough to make the dress. So I would make the dress version just as it is, as a first version. I would probably test the bodice first before I made it in this. But I've sent the pattern off to be printed, and I'm just waiting to get that back, and then make it in this really beautiful fabric. And I suppose this isn't really a winter make, but I could wear it with a cardigan, so I feel like it could be fine for winter as well. But yeah, just really love this fabric as well. So the 4 options are the Kielo Wrap dress out of the Teal polyester fabric that I've had for like, I think 5 years. The Deer and Doe Sirocco jumpsuit out of the fabric from Mood in New York that I've had for about 2.5, 3 years. And then the Cleo pinafore button down in the denim that I've had a couple of months. And then the viscose with the poppies that I've had for like a month, but the Shelby dress. And I will link to all the things I've mentioned down below so you can have a look, and I will also be putting a poll up, maybe on my stories on my Instagram, but also on my community tab on YouTube as well. So please comment below to let me know what you would like me to make, because I would like to get started on one of these really soon, and then I'll come back to you when I've made it with a video about that one item. And hopefully this will be a series. I can just go through a few different fabrics in my stash and actually kind of use you to be able to actually make me make these things that have been languishing in my stash for ages. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye.